Hey, welcome to Grower Coach, everyone. Ken Salvail here today, talking about Brugmansias. These are my Brugmansias trees that I have. Gabriel's Trumpet, that's another name for them. And I've actually got 3 of them, and I've had them for a few years, and they're looking pretty cool. I think they're getting bigger. The Brugmansias, they always flower better on horizontal growth, and side branches or lateral branches. So that's what I always try to promote, and I just try to keep them best way I can over the winter, sometimes in the garage, sometimes in the living room, sometimes just in the basement. They often will lose all their leaves and they come out looking like this. They're starting to get some new shoots on some of these branches, so they're getting going, but they're pretty cool plants. One of my favorites. They're just super hungry. They need tons of food and tons of water, and that's the issue really that you deal with. But these ones are root bound. They've been in these pots for quite a few years, so I'm going to attempt to get them out and just have a look at what's going on here. So no idea what's going to happen here, so be prepared. And you're going to try to get big plants out of a big pot. You usually have to try to lift it up, and then you hit downwards on the side like that, and that's how you pop them out. And I can see here, got a tarp on the ground here, so that it collects the debris. And just having a look, so we got lots of empty pots in here. You can tell we just make up some extra room for soil, so we're not spending too much money on soil, if you can help it. Put a nice big 2-gallon pot in there, so that was upside down on the bottom. Excellent idea. We're not going to use those on this next run, but what we're going to do is I just take a hammer like this, and I'm just going to rip some of this soil off so I can kind of figure out what's going on with the roots. I can see some nice new roots starting on here, so these things are definitely waking up. Coming out of the dormancy period, ready to go, so they're just going to rip through these roots a bit and have a look at what we got. There's some pots. That's the way that goes. Trying to keep the roots going if I can. I don't want to totally destroy them. So I'm just using this hammer for this convenience. My dad's old hammer when I was about 5 years old. I remember my dad using this hammer. He always had it as far as I can ever remember, actually. Now he's gone on to bigger and better things. And I love this hammer. Hope we never lose. Anyway, it's a good old hammer. Right. So this all I'm doing is ripping through the soil, trying to get rid of the old soil. The old soil is not too bad, but I'm trying to rejuvenate this plant. The one thing with Brugmansias is that if you can rejuvenate them, man, they're just phenomenal. They just grow like crazy. And if they're stunted because the soil's not good or roots are not happy, then they're just never going to be what you need them to be. So that guy's basically ready to go. I'm just leaving these roots dangling there. So I just throw a little bit of soil. What I do is I'll use up my old recycled topsoil, a little bit of compost. Just see there's like bits of leaves and stuff in here. It's just old potting soil. Put this in the bottom of the planters so that, again, I don't want to spend too much money on these guys. Like, I like them, but I don't like them that much. But I'm going to throw this in the bottom. Pots, generally about 4 to 6 inches deep. Maybe a bit more. Maybe a little more. I'll just use all this soil up between these 3 pots. 3 trees, pots. We'll root, leave, compost, old potting soil. Just recycle a little bit of this. It's all fluffed up now. A little bit. Okay, so I'm ready to repot this one. I just got to make sure I got the right depth. I just want to put it under this pot here. Just basically set it on there. So right. Should be good. So I'll grab my potting soil up here. I always buy soil in these big bales because it's much more cost effective. And I usually kick them on the sides, break it up a bit. And then you just scoop, get in here, start filling her up. Once fall to the one side, so fill that side in first. Soil is fairly dry, but it'll take on water pretty easy. So I tuck it in around the sides like this, kick it a bit, and then kicking it hot. That settles the soil around there. Now, if I feel like this could be too deep, I think this is a little bit too deep in this pot, so I want to raise it up a little. So I'll lift it, shake it. There we go. I brought it up about another inch or two. Now, gonna make sure it looks straight. Definitely looks crazy looking, that's for sure. Sure, a lot of branches on that one. That's gonna be a nice plant though. There we go. It looks like it's all got the good soil going there. And that's it. So what I would do as well is I would take about maybe a coffee cup full of like a slow releasing fertilizer and just sprinkle it in there, mix it in a bit, generally in the upper 6 inches of soil or so. I can also mix it in with the soil if I want when I put it in, but either of that, if it's in the upper layer, it's going to leach downwards into the root system. So that should be good, but kind of a funky looking plant, but it's going to be good. And we'll get 3 of these potted up, and you can tune in next time and see how they're looking, and how they get going here over the next couple of weeks. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Quick shot coffee.